Alright, let's see if we get all this stuff copied into the thing.
Whatever's going on over there. Looks pretty rock and roll to me.
Have you heard?
The rite of parting?
Alright, so drop that there. Everything looks good to me. So let's okay, we're gonna get away from these people in Genshin, because they keep saying the same thing about the rite of parting. And it's making me go a little insane.
If I take a back alley, I shouldn't get caught buying alcohol.
Hopefully this tavern is quiet. Alright, we'll just chill right here. They have playing cards. Interesting. Alright. Do this. Open the stream back up. I am so excited to get 3 monitors. You have no idea. Alright. Now speaking of 3 monitors, another situation. I gotta look at my little guide. Guide. There it is. Okay, so we have 5 left. I have a good idea which ones it is. The fan art area to view artwork. I'd be down, but you know. Alright, so we're missing these 5, which we're missing that. Alright, we're gonna make that. That'll be done in like a nanosecond. And then we're gonna go down to, I think, is it the fire plant? Yeah, the fire plant. Oh, we don't have enough. Oh wait, we have enough for the fire plant. Boom. Start crafting. That'll be done in a minute, so we'll go back to that when we go back to that. Woo! But yeah, here we go. I'm going to turn off main display so it doesn't keep flickering between that one and that one. Alright. Whew. Mail. Glorious rewards. So all the dailies are in the south. Let's mine more rocks from the guy. Kind of just resting on my laurels in that regard. Did I do this? No, I didn't. Nice. Get all this claimed. Do this. Do this. Off we go over here. Talk to this guy. Like something made. Get all 4 of those. Alright. Who and what should we fight? I feel like we should fight these people again. Try to get some kind of good artifacts out of that. Because you never know. Hopefully this is the one. We're just gonna get like 5 really good artifacts and we won't have to do it ever again. But granted, we do need the trash. We gotta use them for experience to level up. So it is It is what it is. Okay, Jean's. I keep forgetting Jean's a healer, and I was looking at my party, and I was just like, oh no, Official's damaged, and there's no way he's going to, or she's going to survive.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Oh, we caught him into a stun. That's cool. Oh, I meant to activate the ult there to avoid getting hit, but we just soaked a bunch of punches anyway. There we go. Unfortunately, Jean is too dead.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Can we throw you up? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can't force him into the thing, but we can definitely deal damage to him. One right there, one right there.
I swear by my sword.
Fortunately, it's warning us that we're taking too much damage, but I am completely fine just keeping the pressure on.
By royal power core. Midnight Phantasmagoria. Nice and spicy.
Nice. Got that at the very end and got to run away for free. HP, it's got recharge. There's something there. It's not very good, but there's something. It doesn't help that the ones I'm looking for are incredibly rare. But it's okay. We're gonna keep fighting them until they run out of life.
Feel the beat. Barbados.
Let's do this.
By royal
Yeah, definitely wasn't gonna land that one.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Poor Abyss Mage. Getting absolutely juggled.
I summon the pyrotechnics. Barbados, guide us.
Easy. Alright.
My
Well, alright, so I'm pretty much on autopilot for these fights for the rest of it anyway. We're going to talk about the game design stream. Kind of what the goals are. So, goal number 1, I want to make a video game. Goal number 2, I want to make it good. These are not, these are mutually exclusive. We can make a game and it can be shit. I'll be disappointed, but it's something. But basically the idea is, you know, after we do all of our Genshin dailies, we'll swap over and do the game design thing. We're gonna design a top-down game. I'll get into it a little bit more in depth later, but basically it's going to kind of focus on there's a game called Azul Baroness that I really like. So I'm going to wholesale steal everything that I ever did. And, you know, that's the kind of idea we're going for, is just, you know, it's going to be someone else's idea, but we're going to take so much inspiration that we can. Granted, we're going to avoid copying the actual game mechanics, or, like, it's going to play like a top-down, you know, airborne shooter game, so it's not like I can really change that. But that game wore a more arcadey flavor on top of its head. But there's a couple of other things that I made sure to do that we're going to also borrow. But they're more attached to the games that he was inspired with when he made the game in the first place, right? So it'll be interesting. And it'll be a fun learning exercise going through and learning it, so excited to do that. But we gotta get through our, beans first. I think when there's 40 left, we're gonna go fight fight one of the other bosses. Probably the ice boss. Just because it's, one of the faster bosses to fight with this particular team. Get her stamina back, because I want to do a Gene E at full volume. Boom. Alright. But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited to do it. I am nothing if not full of 1,500 different kinds of tasks I love doing. Come on, yeah. I knew we were swapping on the I knew we were swapping on cooldown, but I didn't think we were swapping that soon. Nice. All right. So we're gonna use the 40 left to go fight fight one of those bosses. Rock progress is always progress. Crit rate, elemental mastery, and defense. It's not better than the one we got. I think the one we got is crit damage, crit something, and some other terrible substats, but it is what it is. Alright, go here. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got this thing. Main display. We're gonna claim this. Then we're gonna gently look back and remember which one we're supposed to make. I think it's this one.
I created another universe and founded paradise.
So we're gonna craft that one.
Official, and the princess
We got an in-game bed, guys. Furnishings will be available after 1.5. And we'll get a screen or whatever if we finish 3 more furnishings. So tomorrow, we'll have it all done, assumedly. We'll see. Go back here. Alright. We're dropping down the damage hole here. Might as well claim my mail. Furnishing rewards will be rewarded later. I pray that is true. I don't really know how much I believe this game's in-game mail system. It's a good thing this guy's inside of a cave, because I imagine being wet and fighting would be very difficult. Get this going. Make him vulnerable to fire.
Barbados, guide us.
And then swirl a million times in a row. Got him. Any boss is easy if you can ult like 5 times in a row. That main stat of that was HP, so no real reason to investigate. Grind up our, maybe grind up our crystals? Not really sure. Probably grind up the crystals. At least claim the rewards, that way you can see how close we are to finishing the book. Amusingly, that, what's it called? Getting a 5-star weapon all the way to 90 is a shit ton of time. And the only other way to speed it up, of course, is to, basically do wishes, but that's super inefficient. Nobody in their right mind should do that. Alright, that's solved. We'll check on that tomorrow. And then we're gonna go do that. The dailies. After these after these 4 dailies, it should be everything. Ah, I gotta fight this guy. You drop a big boss in front of a circle or whatever, you gotta fight him.
Feel the beat. By royal decree.
Ah, he's too high.
Nice and spicy. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Keeps on stepping on the fire and getting lit. Got him. Thank God for shields. I soaked the hit from that body slam with the shield or whatever, and give me I believe shields give you like a base 50% chance to avoid stuns. Oh boy, this fire guy's gonna be a problem.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Chance we can throw this guy off. There we go.
Wind, hear me.
Alright, the Abyss Mage is done for. Oop. Let's get this other guy. Then probably clear out this.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Alright. Where's the other one? Down there. Oh, this one's fighting the bandits or whatever. I love fighting the bandits. Or treasure hunters, I guess. Pick up these. These are... The inconvenience of picking those up is well worth it. I'll save a lot of time later. Alright. I think that's it for abilities we can cast. Just waiting for the cooldowns to come off of some of these people. There we go. I should have taken a right there into the group of people that were coming. I didn't think about it because I was just looking to avoid doubling back for the upgrade stuff, materials that were on the ground. Yes, 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 I can read. Don't need to prove it though. Oh, there's a little drop right over there. Grab that. Safe conduct. Alright, well. Might as well take an extra bit of time there. Okay. Do we got enough? I think we have enough to do one more. I don't know what though. It's 2 left. Wood, wood, and water, water. We got a wood, wood, and water, water, but don't know if it's going to be convenient. Scroll, 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 scroll. Okay, we got that. Do we have that table? Oh, we don't. Okay. So that's wood, wood, water. And then the double water? Oh, it's that. Double water requires paint, so we have to do that tomorrow.
I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard.
I forgot to I forgot to switch screens or whatever, but just trust me, it was Oh no, I did switch screens. Wow, I'm better than I thought. But yeah, we just doing a little bit of that. Oh my god. Please God, give me 3 monitors so I don't have to constantly swap everything. Come on, buddy. Buddy. Okay, Jesus. Like I was like taking a crime and a half there. Got it.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night. Pyrotechnics. Go as one.
Stun him for the rest of his life.
Eat this.
Get rid of that guy. That guy. It's giving me such, like, you know, Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops vibes where it just feels like I'm, eventually I'm gonna get to the point where I'm exploiting these ruthlessly rather than playing them.
I swear by my sword. I summon thee.
Oh, that was disorienting. Hey, it's over. Might as well check the, grab that in-game mail. Goodbye, little guy. Alright. So that's been 3. Where's the last one? Wow, they're all mobbing ones. Well, except for the one where we had to shepherd that thing for like 30 minutes, but they're all mobbing ones otherwise. Boom.
By royal shred till I'm dead.
Where are you at? Come closer, please.
Go as
Alright,
one.
well, I'll come to you.
Wings of darkness, come. Power cord.
Missed.
Just
Alright, let's go get this thing on the tip of the island. Oh, it's this one. I hope... There's a very specific kind of slime this could be that it'll be really bad, but hopefully it's not that one. Alright, well it is that one, but
I swear by my sword.
I think we'll be fine as long as we just keep the pressure up. There we go. God, we have like
Shadow Raven, let
almost
night
3
fall.
minutes to do this? Jeez. Low standards. Got it. Hey! Cindy got level 9 friendship. That's funny. I could have swore we have Jean with us more. Well, statistically, yes, we have Jean with us more than we have Zinni, but I thought it was enough to actually like finish the thing. Woo! Alright. Go claim this reward, and I think that's it. The entire battle pass has been claimed, so don't need to worry about that. And although it says that I have forging rewards left, the guy's not done. He's just being silly. Yeah. I meant how many of these rocks can we put in here? Because I got it that we have a shit ton of weapons. Yeah, not even halfway done. Well, it's kind of 1-to-1 on these. Yeah, it's close. But We'll give it another day before we can rank it up to 70 and then upgrade it again. Let's see, what was the... Do we have the mats to ascend it when we get the chance? Oh no, we needed shackles. Of course. I should have farmed shackles today, but I was not paying attention. I thought I farmed them all out last time, but I forgot the mid-tier of shackle, so. Alright, we're going to, of course, swap over. Gonna quickly steal some color palette real quick. There we go. We'll do that there. And then we'll go back. Gently close out the Genshin portion of the stream. Turn on main display. Alright, so it's 11:51, so we might be wary of watching out for, I believe, fruit streams at this time. Let's see, 4:18 was the last time we streamed? Oh, Sunday, okay. Maybe? Wait. Yeah, he does stream on Saturday around this time, so if Fruit starts streaming, we will close the stream out, but until then, we will gently wait. Or, well, I say gently wait. We're gonna do this game design thingy. Alright, so. Let's see. There's all my thumbnails. Yeah, you guys can see that. Probably be unideal. I'll save it after stream. Oh, actually, I can hide it over here. Save. Let's see, does that have anything on it? No. Okay, cool. Get my pictures in order. Do. Save that there? Okay, so that's saved now. We got a name up in the top left. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we immediately start writing some words. So we're gonna design a game. The basic concept of the game is it's gonna be a starfighter. Or that's the basic fantasy of the game, starfighter. So top down perspective, we got ourselves, you know, player flies a ship. So that's crazy. You know, these are amazing ideas. No one in the history of Dota has thought of this. So over here, this will be generic gameplay. So basic game play view will be over here. Will be this. So it'll be The player character, represented by this equilateral triangle, right here. I guess we can make them just big enough so I can grab them with the thing. Player character will always be in the center of the screen. They can shoot lasers out this way. And then the enemies or whatever, we'll grab that color. And then the bad guys will be, man, this equilateral triangle is really hard to draw. We'll do this. I bet bad guys look like that. I guess we'll do a subtle representation. I can't yell late at you since I'm late. This is sad. It's all good. Welcome to the stream, Tyrone. We finished all of our Genshin dailies, so now I'm doing the fun game design portion. We'll do let's see. Right there. Then we'll grab this and we'll point there, 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 and there. Enemy. Sorry for being late. I also have to leave because driving. I also have to leave midstream because driving. Okay, so you're not driving now. That's good. But yeah, gotta get that practice in. Oh, player character right here. And we'll do, I'll explain these things over here. The thing it's shooting is lasers. So, we got a top-down perspective starfighter game where we fly a little ship and we fight against other people, right? There's other things. New Replicant is fun, but also feels dated. Would have been better if they remade it, but it's pretty fun now. Yeah, I was wondering if how much evolution that they decided to put into it, because the multiplayer, no, single player game. I'll write that down over here. Yeah, I was wondering about that because people are posting online saying, basically talking about how older game reviewers were just kind of blind to good games sometimes, and near whatever. Or people are talking about like the discrepancy between like the 60s it got back in the old days versus like the 80s is getting now. I think the only changes were combat graphics and movement. Well, I mean, those are like combat graphics and movement are the pinnacles of what a game like that is about, so those are kind of major things to change. Let's see, what else should we add? I didn't play the OG, so I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people didn't. Everything feels dated. That's a weird. It's an interesting re-release where everything feels dated. You have to load into each section of the area and the map is pretty small. Yeah. That definitely sounds dated. It's like very old. Oh, yeah. I really want, what's it called? I really want my third monitor. My cord really needs to come in. swapping between all these frames is very difficult. Or not frames, but things or whatever. It's very, very trying. Alright, so I think I'm trying to delineate all the things that would be really easy to make in like an afternoon. Did you buy a third monitor? Yeah, I got one. I just haven't gotten the cords for it yet because it was graciously given to me, but not I did not buy it. Let's see. Top-down perspective. Player flies his ship, single player. Alright, I think within reason, right? I'm waiting on a desk for my second monitor. Ah. Oh. Yeah, I have not very much room for my current setup. Everything is abilities to change shooty style. That's the thing, Tyrone. I'm trying to think of like the very basics, right? The kind of like the core of the game that we can build. That way, whenever we, do funny stuff or make other things happen, it's like an augment to the exist. Like this is trying to think of a foundation, right? Like we're not getting to all the, we're not thinking of like any story or any of that stuff. Points. I don't want to balance a point system. I want to make sure that I can design all this stuff first. Or not design, but make all this. Let me I'll do this real quick. Set a very basic. Seems like a heat signature type game with but with ships. Well, there's no time dilation yet. What's going on? This top bit up here is just like, what we need to do to make it so when I press buttons, things on the screen happen, and then we can start thinking about all the crazy shit in a second. How about we make the basics of the game, then we make the complicated things? Tyrone, that's literally what I'm talking about. You should add it though. I mean, it's an idea, but I don't really know how to do time dilation. Will your ship be moving or stay in the center? It'll stay in the center. So the idea is, let me grab a little squares right quick. A good grab probably this many. Frames, I think. Yeah. So, the player character will basically be in the same position. It's not really the same. Player character will basically be in the same position in every single one of these. This is consider this like the time it takes for like a minute, or what's it called? One. So assume this is like 1 minute of gameplay or whatever. The player will be here, but grab that. Oh, is that big enough to grab? Yeah, I don't think it's big enough to grab. The player will stay in the middle, but as time goes on, or while the game is playing, people will move around them. That kind of thing. We'll do this, little shooty lines. Oh, a little explosion there. So basically, like, the idea here is the player stays in the center and you can turn around and stuff, like rotate left and right. You can rotate left and right or whatever. Didn't make that really obvious in this image, but the idea is that's where the player is going to be, and they're never going to move. That way it makes it really easy for me to do stuff. So like Among Us. Don't spell Among Us backward. Joe Mama. Alright. But yeah, that'll be where that guy sits. Or where the player character is. The world will basically move around it. And we'll just have a little bit of Pac-Man physics for AIs and stuff. Or Pac-Man physics for all the players or whatever. So anyway, that's the really basic shit. Now let's get into the really complicated things that I want to add, and that'll increase the scope of this project to the point where I'll never be able to finish. Let's see. So we want them story. Let's see. I got an idea. We'll do ignorable story. We want Ace. So we want Ace combat dialogue from bad guys and good guys. Add people inside the ship that can die, and shit if a part of the ship gets broken in like FTL, but not as tedious. Well, that would be a cool idea. The people inside of the ship would be, or what's it called? That conceptually that'd just be really difficult for me to add. And I kind of fear the amount of effort that would require, and also designing that, or trying to design the game so that's fun is going to be difficult. Because these little starfighters are designed to be like one-person airplanes. Isn't that the point of the second process, or the second part where we add a bunch of stuff that we can't possibly finish? No, I'm trying to add a bunch of stuff that I was kind of being facetious when I said add a bunch of stuff that'll make it too hard. I'm mostly going through and I'm looking at conceptually adding stuff that can add flavor to it, but not be something that'll take more than like 40 hours to build. Because, you know, with my schedule and, you know, the stream and the fact that I take naps in the middle of the day, we are trying to aim for something that can be finished, like, I can basically pick up during the day for about an hour and actually get something done. Crab, you spelled dialogue wrong. Yeah, I know. We're gonna pretend that it's called dialogue. Please change? No. Let's see. Although we could do a brainstorming bit and just go through like a bunch of insane ideas and just like pick the good ones, but I really don't want to go too hard on that because it'd be kind of disappointing to shred through or basically dump a really bunch of cool ideas and then be like, well, we can only pick these three. Let's add each. Let's add like each Ace fighter has their own lives and shit, and it's a sandbox like Kenshi. Though the problem, sandbox is like a lot to ask. Oh, that's actually, well, that's a good point. All right. I probably should make the scope of the game a little bit more clear as far as this is concerned. So we're gonna do this thing. So this is the very basic. This is the very basic. Like we're trying to multiplier that increases for every 5 kills you get without getting a hit. That's a good that's a good power idea. All right, so we're gonna put. All right. let's see. Let's go down here. We'll do, ooh, I meant to go the other way. Excuse me? Oh, there we go. Grab that one. So we're just gonna call this one ideas. And we're just gonna put like ideas down here. Let's see. Procedural story with aces of each faction. Cause like, well, the aces of each faction being like their own characters is a very like, it's a very, God, what's that anime called? It's not Knight of the Galactic Railroad. Galactic Heroes or something? The idea of the aces having like their own lives, right, is a really cool idea because, you know, it's kind of like the Nemesis system or whatever. Does the game have lore already? No. I have a document uh next to my Among Us. I don't know if you could hear me bringing the paper out. I have a document next to my Among Us where I wrote down a bunch of stuff about this game already. But, you know, I kind of wanted to come a little bit more fresh on it because, you know, been thinking about it for years. It'd be better to not waste my brain trying to go through it too hard. But, okay, procedural story with aces of each faction. We'll do the, or what's it called? For the FTL thing, I'm gonna say locational damage on larger ships because that might be a little bit easier to do. Because it's assumed people are inside the ship, so they might die if they get killed. For whichever empire can win and fall. My brain goes to the Tom Clancy's End War. You say Amogus wrong? Yeah, I know. So you're saying going for something like Elite, or are you going for something like Elite Dangerous or not big as that? Elite Dangerous is fucking huge. Let me, okay. I'm gonna write down basically the thrust of the game. Or the very basic idea of the actual, or here, the very basic idea up here at top is just how the gameplay works, like, you know, the press buttons part, but here's the actual, like, scope of the game. Let's see, we're going for... So we're level-based combat zones, so basically, like, you know, you go to or the game you start the game, you start at level 1 or whatever, or not level 1 conceptually, but you start at 1-1, right? And then whatever you do in that level and however it turns out then proceeds to level 2 and all that. Because the original game that I'm aping all the concept, or the original game that I'm inspired by is it had a more arcadey feel where it was basically level by level. But I want to take it so instead of just starting the game, it gives you a bunch of random ships and random allies and you fight big battles or whatever. Instead of doing that, I want it so the game starts and there's kind of a defined end, or there's a defined beginning, but everything that happens in the middle before the end, where like whatever, or whoever is victorious, or if you lose or whatever, like that middle part is like all kinds of mixed up. Let's see. I don't want it to be like a roguelike though, where you just like play it 15 times. I kind of want it to be a single game. Let's see. Level-based combat zones. Probably like Homeworld. Well, that wouldn't make sense having Homeworld ship remaining situations, because if you lose a lot of ships in a combat encounter, then it'd be really annoying. But basically, like the idea is level zones. So, you know, play the first level, second level, third level. They all have like their own gimmicks or whatever and things that you do. But there's kind of defined campaign and beginning and ending to it, ideally. Trying to think of the other mechanics that go into complicating that. But yeah, level-based combat zones for like mechanics. Let's say you start in one level and you're fighting these two brothers, and you kill one, but the other one escapes, and you have 4 or 5 levels later, the brother comes back, shit like that. See, that'd be like, uh, the problem with, cause like I agree with that conceptually, but I'm just trying to think about it in the scope of how hard it is to do. Because if it's too hard, then there's no way I'm gonna finish this project. I'll just, you know, my brain will sort out, and I'll just be too tired to finish. Yo, Karen, how you doing? But yeah, let's see. Well, I'm not sure what this is, or not sure what is hard and not for you, so, to make, not sure what is hard or whatnot. Don't worry about it. Ideas are good. Sometimes I can just, you know, look at it and be like, ah, this is what I can do. Crab, I hope whenever you see the word crab, you say crab. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, hi, Meat Man. Do something funny. Yeah. Tax fraud. There's actually a Steam game. I can't pull up Steam because I don't know how much fucking porn's gonna dump on my front page, but there's a Steam game or whatever. It was just like a cute character commits tax fraud or something. And it was obviously a well put together game because the devs were live streaming it. Let's see. Scope of game, level based combat zones. Probably like a my kind of game. Yeah. Let's see. Fruit started streaming. No, he didn't. Okay. Scope of the game, level based zones. Okay, mechanics. Probably, or what's it called? Campaign. Losing. So basically, I want to kind of work out like a what's it called? So normally when you show up and there's like you got 100 of you, if there's like 100 of your guys and 100 of their guys, and you win, and there's like 50 people left on your side, the game like reads that as like, you know, kind of Pyrrhic victory or whatever. And then when you go to the next campaign, you get like there's like a small change to how things happen because, you know, of how bad the combat went. Right? So that's what I'm kind of thinking for the actual campaign, is stuff that I can modify by just like looking at the player's performance. Or looking at the player's performance and also looking at like the way the actual combat went, and saying to myself, it's like, okay, cool. You know, they had like it's like 100 blue. Let's see, the blue is that one. So like 100 blue versus woo, probably like 100 yellow. 100 blue versus 100 yellow, and then, you know, fight starts. Let's do, I'm gonna move this over real quick. It's like 100 blue versus 100, then the fight starts, and then we're left with like 25 blue versus 0 yellow. Oh boy, I didn't mean to cancel out of that. Whatever, the colors won't be the same. So we start with 100 blue with 100 yellow. Fight starts, 25 blue left versus 0 yellow. So the game reads that as like really bad. Game reads that as like really bad performance, right? And then it says, next fight. So or what's it called? You start with less on your team. That kind of idea, right? Where basically, uh, as you go through the levels or whatever, if you do really good, then you get a lot of support and people, join your cause and fight for you. But if you play really badly, then, the game gets harder. Someone just like body checked my door. 1 second. I'm back. Never mind. Nobody knocked on the door. What's it called? It was so windy that the fucking screen door or whatever, like, ripped off. Or not ripped off. Like, pulled itself open and, spammed into itself really hard. Let's see. Haka says, wouldn't a wind streak turn into hard steamrolling? Yes, that's the idea. If you're good at the game, then it's gonna get really easy. I'm gonna add an extra thing while I'm actually looking at it real quick. Let's see. We'll do a line. We'll do here. Point up here. Sorry for not narrating this. My brain's having trouble typing it. Okay, so basically, if the entire actual fight went badly, if the fight went badly because the AIs just sucked for you for some reason, then we could say, or we could look at the player performance, and if the player performance is really good, like you just shot down like 400 dudes or whatever, like you went just nuts, then we could weight your player performance higher than the actual army performance, and then say, even though, the fight went really badly, the player got it the player's like an ace, right? Everybody's just like gonna join you because of how cool the player is. I guess you get rewarded for being good, and the level may get harder at the same time. That's a good idea as well. Is just like it could be like the Star Fox situation where basically if you play a round in Star Fox or if you play a level in Star Fox really well and you basically ace it and you go to the secret extra zone or whatever, then the place that you go to is typically harder than the place you would have gone to if you lost. So that kind of idea, right, is something I'm kind of shooting for with this. Is the better you play, the harder the fights are you're going to be fighting against, but the more support you get, so the bigger the battles are. But the worse you are, probably the more low-key the fights are going to be, and probably more, chill everything will be. It's like, I'm trying to think of it or this is just like, trying to make the campaign interesting. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to, like, just, write a decent story. Or like John said with the procedural aces and stuff, I would like to have I'd like to adopt that system as well, just to have something where it's just like a little bit more textures you're going through. But, you know, ideally it's just a game that you can beat in like half an hour kind of thing. If you just play through it really well and don't get shot down. Can't find a good game, make your own. No, that's the thing. I have a million games that I'm enjoying right now. I was playing fucking Amori last night. Got over my fear of heights. It's like sick shit. But, let's go. So, that's the kind of thing I'm looking at is just, or the scope of the game stuff is I just wanted to elaborate on what, you know, what I'm doing level to level, like, kind of the thrust of the game. That way, later when we're discussing, like, power-ups and stuff, we don't get too lost in crazy stuff and start, you know, going too far. Let's see. We're gonna get rid of ignorable story. I want a good story. Let's see. I'm gonna put a good story here. That's like something I'm gonna develop on. All the games you play, I never hear of. It's strange. Yeah. You know, I play nothing but good games. It's kind of wild. Alright, so we've got the Ace Combat dialogue. Shipbuilding or pick from a list. Interesting idea. Don't really know. The original game that I'm stealing this concept from only gave you one ship. Or they only gave you one ship. And you had the opportunity whenever you died to take over a larger ship. But I think to keep the scope in check and not lose my mind, I think I might keep the original games. The original game had like 3 tiers of ships, right? 3 tiers of ships. So we got, let's see, we got like the Beef Lord, right? It had like a giant cannon on top of it. And it was just fucking massive. Like it was huge, right? It's just like a tether that to that. Tether that to that. So you had like the Beef Lord, which is massive. Then you had like a destroyer, right? Do like that size, right? So then you had a destroyer, which had like missiles on the back, but then, you know, guns on the front. Like it was very cool. And then of course you had the fighter, which was like really tiny. So, what I'd like is for the player to be always driving the lowest tier ship, like this one right here. Oop. So like the lowest tier ship is the one that the player flies, and then, you know, destroyers and this huge one or whatever exists above it, but, you know, it's just part of the stuff that you fight, right? Maybe the size comparison makes it a little bit too ridiculous. I think this large ship or whatever, if this screen diagram is to be believed, I think this large ship is like fucking 8 screens long. That'd be sick as fucking shit. It's like trying to kill a ship that's so huge you can't even see it with how small your view window is. But I think 4 ships, I think I want, or what's it called? We'll put customizable weapons down. We'll put customizable weapons down because I like the idea of basically getting upgrades and customizable weapons and like picking your own playstyle by being like, oh, I like the lasers, or like, you know, I like missiles or whatever. So that, to me, that's personally fun, and as a result, I'm going to add it to the game because why would I not add a fun thing? The only issue, of course, is just thinking of it enough cool ideas, because, you know, there's a million billion ideas for stuff where it's just like lasers and shit and all that. Let's see. What else for like... Crowdsource. It's like, yeah, just add workshop, or what's it called? Add workshop support, but integrate workshop items into your game without telling them. It's like, hey guys, congratulations on you know, this is 1.5 update. I've added a bunch of original concepts and stuff, and it's just a bunch of stuff wholesale copied from the workshop without any consideration. It's like I just got an X-Wing in there. How did I guess I haven't added you to the anti-swear list. Let me fix that real quick. Edit, live chat, community settings, anti-swear list. Boom, save. Alright, you can now swear. People adding me, or telling me to add joke dick weapons. Yeah, it'd be really bizarre. Let's see, what else? But yeah, you know, we're gonna have really big ships, we're gonna have destroyers, we're gonna have tiny ships. Obviously, I'm gonna try to design the destroyers so they don't just immediately eviscerate tiny ships, because obviously in real life, the destroyers would protect these big ships, and they would protect them by shooting these little guys down. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, I think I got enough of the basic idea down. I just kind of want to get random ideas now, where it's just like, oh, that's disgusting. Let me move this over a little bit. These ideas are connected, but they shouldn't be so close it looks like the word each system ends right there. Game bosses. Oh, yeah. We could do a station. It's usually a good flavor of a game boss. The massive stealth bomber from that Ace Combat game. Yeah. Do a little station. Has a little heart. But then just like shit tons of weaponry all around the side. Station boss. Because the idea is like when the enemy faction or whatever, when you go to like destroy them so they could lose or whatever, I'd like to imagine there'd have to be like an end game encounter to, you know, actually end it. Let's see. I think for campaign, I'm wondering if it's worth it to add or to make it so the campaign you actually like select where you're going next, right? Because that wouldn't make sense if you're just a grunt that can only fly like a basic ship, but the it would just be fun to have like a land control thing where basically like all of the factions or whatever have like territory. Maybe I'll do that. It's a good thing I can give my really terrible spelling out here in the world. We're gonna cheat and put this in a. There we go. I'm gonna think about it as I'm gonna compartmentalize it as a separate or a separate zone or a separate concept. I'm gonna put it down here in my ideas tab because I like the idea, but I don't think I want to include it in the main thrust of the game because I don't want, you know, the game to be too big at this point. Maybe I'll get like 40 hours into it and be like, oh shit, this will be easy as fuck to add all this shit, you know. But right now, I don't want to add a complicated system on top of it. Let's see. Station boss, customizable weapons. I'll have to think of some kind of UI system or UI design to make this Ace Combat dialogue actually make sense, or well, set up right. Small scope. Yeah, small scope. The ideally what the what we're doing here is like this top bit right here is like the smallest, right? All right, this is the smallest scope where basically this little guy, or what's it called? It's just like it's a 1 minute of gameplay where it's just us in a little ship flying, and we can control ourselves. There's one enemy ship that doesn't have AI that we can then shoot down or whatever. We're trying our best to replicate this little 1 minute of gameplay kind of slideshow in this first section right here by keeping the scope really small. But then after that, you know, we can go insane because when we have like the basic kind of scene, right, set up, after that we can go through and start creating like creating like all the other menus and stuff because you know the scores and stuff, that's just like a value that increases in the story and the campaign and all that. It's just like, you know, it's kind of window dressing to it. Let's see. But yeah, I think this is a good place to leave the project for now because this top part is done. Oh yeah, I probably should say this real quick. Launch flight controls. Fast, always moving forward. And then, what's it called? Mouse to shoot. Okay, so we do WASD or whatever to fly. W makes you go faster, A slows you down, S and D, of course, roll you left and right so you can turn. Shift allows you to go into afterburner mode to get more speed. You're always moving forward, so this is something that the original game did, so I think I'm gonna just copy it because I don't really understand. Or the game, or I feel like the reason why you're always moving forward is because forcing the player to stop, either forcing the player to stop or having the AI have the opportunity to do like, you know, hammerhead stalls and stuff. Those are hard things to design around. So I think always moving forward means that like even if you're going maximum slow, you're still going forward. So nobody can just completely stop and, you know, start turning or whatever. You know, unrealistic for space, but just really convenient for me. Because then I don't have to like design an AI that knows how to do a you know, a 180 or whatever in the middle of combat and shoot you down. It leads to a lot of helix battles where basically if you're flying this way or whatever and the enemy like comes at you and flies at you this way, you both start like doing a little helix or whatever, trying to chase after each other. It's very you know, it's a thing. Also mouse to shoot because it's just easy. Right now left click is the only thing that does anything, so with future customized weapons and stuff, we'll have different ideas. But yeah, hopefully that'll go on to my long list of things I can do. And after Genshin or whatever every day, we can just do this for about like an hour, I think. And just like, you know, open up Godot and start hammering away at it. I can just do it in my free time as well, so I can do updates and be like, hey guys, this is what I did so far. But yeah, just something I want to do because I just, it's been stuck in my head forever, and the only way to get it out is to finish it, so. And with that, I think we're gonna go because, you know, feel like it's a good day, so thank you all for coming out. Remember to like and subscribe, and tell everybody you know. Just be that guy. Show up, paste VODs into random Discords. Don't link them to this part because then they'll know that I told you guys to do it, and it'd be really awkward, and you know, people would just block me. It's like, don't post that guy's VODs. He's just looking for attention. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.